Whoa, 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 whoa. I think my heart dropped and what the f is this? No, go, you need this. I felt betrayed. I felt I was let down. Any sort of ass kicking. Very scary. It all means, блядь, да что ты будешь делать? Hey guys, before diving into this episode, I just want to take a moment and say thank you all so much for all your love and support you've been showing me. It's been incredible to hear that my channel has been inspiring to some of you and letting you explore your own passions and become more brave. This is the vision of the Miss Talks and why I started this in the first place, to help myself and my audience stay curious, open-minded, and have fearless conversations, basically seeing how you can apply it in real life. My curiosity spans many different interests and topics, which is why I want to share them all with you here. I decided to curate that content based on different topics and create different playlists for that. This episode is part of the new series called In Her Shoes because it's drawn from my personal experience. Any sort of personal perspective I have or opinion, I would put into that category, versus there's going to be more educational content based on more research. There's also a playlist featuring Themis, which is my pseudonym for creative projects because I like to do music. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'm excited to see you again. Today I was very lazy. I didn't put any makeup, to be honest with you. Didn't feel like washing my hair. I don't feel the best, I don't look the best, but I don't care because the topic that I want to talk about today, that I care about very much. In the past 2 months, I haven't been really training or exercising, and for those people who are close to me, they know that exercise is a huge part of my life because I always need to stay active and in motion. And in particular, I do Muay Thai, and I've been doing this for about 3 years now. A lot of people, when they hear this, they tend to ask, oh, so what, you can kick ass? And my answer is, I've never done any martial arts before. And I think to be at least at a somewhat decent level in martial arts, you need to spend at least, I don't know, maybe 5 years. It's become a huge part of my therapy, my mental and physical therapy. I love how much it engages your body. You get to learn more about your body control, your movements. I have been experiencing an injury on the lower side of my body. A lot of specialists that I saw told me that I should stay away from exercise, not even take walks or stretch. It has been very challenging for me because I had to adapt. I had to be very patient with myself. That's one of the main reasons I like Muay Thai, because I have a lot of energy that I need to release, especially when it comes to impatience or other things. And just all the frustrations that you get throughout the day, you just go there and you release it. And it's honestly the best way of doing it. That's why for a lot of people, they like workouts, they go to the gym in general, they do different types of sports. Some people like Pilates or yoga. There are so many ways that you can stay not just in shape, but also release that energy and feel better afterwards. So Muay Thai has become that for me because it's such a humbling experience. I always say that there is a bit of sadomasochistic relationship that you have with that, because in reality, you go there, you get punched, you get kicked, you get somewhat injured and bruised, and then you come back for more.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
And on top of that, of course, you strike kicks and punches on other people. So in a way, it's sadistic too, right? But let's actually talk about what Muay Thai is. Muay Thai, often referred to as the art of 8 limbs. It's a traditional martial art and combat sport from Thailand that utilizes punches, kicks, elbows, and knee strikes, engaging the entire body in both offensive and defensive maneuvers. It evolved from military training techniques used by soldiers for unarmed combat when weapons were not available. This early form, known as Muay Boran, which is ancient boxing, emphasized using the body's natural weapons: fists, feet, elbows, knees, and head, to mimic the weapons of war. And over time, Muay Thai transitioned from a battlefield art to a sport practiced for self-defense, physical conditioning, and entertainment. Traditional matches were often held at festivals and celebrations, with fighters wrapping their hands in hemp rope. One of the main reasons I love Muay Thai is because of that concept of using your body as a weapon, because you really get to learn how your body moves, and you get to develop that control of your body, that patience with your own self. It definitely strengthens your upper body. With punches, you do hooks, jabs, uppercuts, elbow strikes. For the lower body, you incorporate a variety of different kicks like roundhouse, teeps, knee strikes, push kicks, enhancing the balance and flexibility. It's rotational movement that is involved in strikes and defensive maneuvers that definitely develop that core strength and stability. In fact, in any Muay Thai gym that there's a lot of conditioning happening, especially for the core area, your abs. For example, in my gym, it's very normal for us during the warm-up to do 100 punches against the wall, where you stand with your back, bend your knees a little, but not really full squat position against the wall. And while you're in that position, your sparring partner or just your gym partner is gonna punch you 100 punches in the abs or in your core area. And sometimes it also involves kicks, because they can also kick you. A lot of cardio, improving your cardiovascular system, because it's your HIIT training. In my gym, at least, we do sparring all the time, where you spar at the beginning of the class, maybe you do some drills, and then you spar at the end as well. The beginning is really like shadow spar. You do shadow spar on your own and then shadow spar with someone else. One of my coaches always said that 1 week of off Muay Thai feels like 1 month off Muay Thai. And it's so true. And it's only 1 week. I haven't been there for 2 months, and I have no idea how I'm going to feel when I come back. I've been trying to be very consistent. Of course, there were some periods where I was traveling, so I was off for a month, or I got sick and I was off for a month. But I never really had long gaps. Nothing longer than a month and a half, maybe at most. Growing up, I always loved watching those blockbuster movies with female leads, where those strong women were just kicking ass. They were playing those heroes, and I think about like Angelina Jolie as the prime example. Lara Croft movies, or any sort of, Salt, any sort of movies where she was kicking ass. Same with Kate Beckinsale, or that image of women who can fight and defend themselves. I always found that hot personally, and I always wanted to be like that. But throughout my life, I've done different types of activities. I've done ballet because, frankly, my mom was forcing me to do ballet, and I hated that. I'm so grateful right now that she actually forced me to do this, because funny enough, in Muay Thai specifically, because it involves so many different movements and ranges of motion, you have to be very flexible actually in order to kick well, in order to not injure yourself. You have to train for that, not just strength, but also flexibility and mobility. I've done yoga consistently for a few years as well. All of these things, they were kind of my background that always kept me in motion, kept me somewhat flexible, and I think it built a very good foundation for me to start something like that. But I've never done any martial arts. One of my girlfriends, she actually did kickboxing, and I thought, oh, that's so awesome, she's doing that. And sometimes in life, you need somebody in your surrounding do those things so that you can observe and you can think, if they tried that, then I can do too. Or at least that's my sense of motivation. As I saw it more often in my life, I was more open and welcoming to the idea of trying it, but never did it until a couple of things happened. One of them was, for about 6 months, I used to live in the area which was not really safe. It was very close to the area where there were a lot of homeless addicts around it, basically. I always take public transport. I would always need to walk to the station and always pass by that area where all of these addicts were. One night, I was coming back home, and it was maybe around 9 or 10 p.m. I was walking from the station on my way home, and there were a couple of guys in front of me. And then one of them turns around, looks at me, and I look at him, and I kind of stop a little bit, I hold, and then he turned around again and started continuing. But then as soon as he noticed me, he started walking slower, and his friend as well. So at that point, my heart dropped, and I thought, oh my God, they're now walking slower, trying to walk at the same pace as me, and they know that I'm behind them. which was very scary. As soon as it happened, I crossed the road and I just freaking ran. I ran to my place, and that was also the night when I realized I can't live there anymore because it's just not safe. And secondly, I was like, okay, maybe I need to learn some sort of self-defense techniques. There's still no guarantee. People might learn self-defense, but they might not still apply it. In reality, it might be very different compared to what they train for or practice, right? I moved out of that place, delaying that idea. In 2021, in summer, because I started in summer, I got into a fight with two of my best friends. Three of us was like a circle. We were always together. We had our ongoing chat that we conversed in every single day. We were super close, we trusted each other until one situation occurred and I was very hurt. It got to the point where I didn't actually talk to them for like almost 2 weeks. And for us, it was such a long time because we were talking every day. I think when it was about week 2 by that time, we didn't really do much. I didn't do much about it. They didn't reach out. One day I was so mad. I was so angry and I didn't know what to do with myself, to the point that I thought, I need something. I need to release this energy. I just Googled Muay Thai near me and I found my gym. And I've been to this gym for, like I said, 3 years now. I just called in my coach. She picked up the phone and I asked her, hey, I'm curious if you guys have any classes. And she said, yeah, we have group classes and all that. And I said, I've never done this before, so I don't think I'm feeling comfortable in joining a group class, but I would like to try a private class. And she was like, yeah, you can come in at 8 p.m. today. The stars aligned, and it was an opportunity for me to finally take action and do something that I've thought about for months. I did that. I just went in, met my coach. Shout outs to Jessie. She's the best. She taught me some basics, some foundations in terms of how to punch, how to kick, and all that. And of course, because I've never done this, it was challenging, it was hard, but I enjoyed it so much. Feeling that impact, feeling contact, your glove against the pad, because she was holding pads for me. And I was just feeling so great and amazing. This is such a great stress release, and I need this, because I was feeling very emotional. So by the end of the class, I told her I really enjoyed it, shared with her why I came there, and I told her that I was mad at my friends and we were in a fight. And she laughed at this and she said, that's such a good way to manage your stress and emotions, because it's a very ecological, safe way. You're not hurting anybody. Not that I would do something physically to them, but even mentally or emotionally, right? Because I could be super toxic. And by the way, my friends and I, we made up. After that, I think I did 4 more private classes. It was a good idea. If you're very new, if you might feel uncomfortable, then I definitely recommend trying it one-on-one first, so you can learn the basics. It's also more intense because the entire attention is on you, versus in the class environment, the coach is always around other people, maybe looking at their technique, versus here, it's all on you. So you give your 110%. Although honestly, in Muay Thai, there is no other way. You always give your 110%. At least I train like that. There were some female classes, but they were only once a week on certain days. The rest of the classes, there were mostly guys there. At first, I was very intimidated by that because I didn't feel comfortable. Well, first of all, it's a contact sport. So there's a lot of contact, okay? You get to hit other people and they get to hit you. When you're a petite girl like me and you have to spar against a guy who's like 3 times my size, of course, it would be very uncomfortable. But with time, I got more used to it and I just got out of my head, if it makes sense, which means I stopped thinking about others. I was thinking more about myself. And ever since then, that's how I treated this. And I think that's why I really enjoy it, because to me, when I go to the gym, it's my safe space. It's my haven. I get to be my authentic self. I train and I do everything that I can in that 1 hour that I'm there. What I love about this as well is that I get to stay present, be very focused in it, right? Because if you're not focused, then you're gonna get hit or punched in your face. So you gotta be present, you gotta be there, which is why I love how much it helps me detach from the reality. 1 hour just flies by. And another thing which I like in general about training is that you always push yourself further and further, especially with conditioning. When you get hit into your abs or into your legs, and there are different types of conditioning. And I just love how much confidence I was able to build with that too, because in the beginning, you gotta step out of that comfort zone. You gotta stop thinking about what others think of you or how you present yourself in front of others. And I think It's only in physical activities like that where you have to go always above and beyond. You have to go the extra mile. You have to go for that extra 2-minute round when you're already sweating like crazy, when you want to spit out your lungs and you feel like you can't do this anymore. You're like, okay, one more round, and you just want to die after that. And I love this feeling. And I know maybe to some people it might sound crazy. I especially appreciate those days when I feel very tired, I didn't sleep well, I didn't eat well, I had a stressful day at work or whatever it could be. I usually go in the evening after work. There's always this mental battle happening in the moment. Some voices that say, stay at home, lie on the couch, take a nap. And there are other voices where, no, go, you need to push yourself. You're gonna feel so much better after that. And in the end, after that little debate in my head, there is a little angel, little like devil on each side. So that's what's happening every time before training. And then I end up going, I end up pushing myself. That 1 hour, like I said, just flies by. And then by the end of it, I feel like a champion. I feel like I can move mountains. I feel on top of the world. Over the years, I started sensing that community in martial arts, especially. There's actually a lot of trust that is involved with your sparring partners. In training, you never go 100% force. You can go like 50%, 30%, 60%. And I always thought it's such a subjective measure because I think everybody interprets their level of strength or force differently. It's fine because that's the way that it is. For newbies, it might be a little bit tough, but with time, when you get it, if you say to your sparring partner, please, let's keep it light, like 30%, for some reason, you guys just get it. And I think it depends on the community within the gym. I remember at first when I started, I had such a huge challenge with just punching and kicking other people. And interestingly enough, my coach said to me that she noticed that among women, way more often than among men, where women have hard time punching or kicking others. Maybe it's psychological, maybe it's social. I don't know exactly. If anybody's interested in that topic, let me know. Maybe I can uncover that more. For me personally, I know I struggled with that. And I mean, even till this day, when I spar with people, I would still say sorry. And my favorite response in the moment at the gym is like, why are you apologizing? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Why am I apologizing? Growing up, again, I did a lot of different things. Ballet is tough, okay? It really develops your strength, endurance, flexibility, of course. But I think endurance and stamina are two things. So same here in martial arts and in Muay Thai specifically, there is a lot of endurance and stamina training, which I love because not only it conditions you physically, it has so much impact on your mental strength, on your mental discipline. I noticed that when I train consistently, I'm way more disciplined. I just think better. I feel better, of course. Even though I'm sore as fuck the next day and I have bruises, it doesn't matter because I feel strong. My coaches always encouraged me to try competitions and try competing, but I always stayed away from it. I was considering it at one point. So I actually supported my gym mates when some of them were participating in the BC Open. If I consider this and maybe one day I decide that I want to try it, then I should at least see what it's like. And I saw it. I saw people getting knocked out. I saw people getting nosebleeds and different things. For the most part, I think people were okay. But I still saw the other side and I thought, not for me. I need this space. It's recreational for me. It's helping my mental and physical health. I absolutely enjoy the people that I get to train with. My little family, you know, especially with women classes, seeing other women getting out of their comfort zones and being literally comfortable with punching and kicking, it's so awesome because I think it's important. You need to know how to defend yourself, or at least how to use your body, right? How to control your body and how to control movement. For anybody interested, please try it one day. If you don't have, again, any sort of health conditions that would prevent you. I think for anybody out there, whenever you ask yourself about a hobby, physical hobby that you want to try, but you're scared, of course, you can always go and you should go and consult with your doctor. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of people sometimes make up excuses of why they don't want to do it. Like, you know, I made up excuses for years before I started doing Muay Thai. And it took me a fight with my girlfriends to actually try that. So there you go. If you're ever interested in more Muay Thai related content, please let me know because what I talked about today is just a tip of an iceberg. I just scratched the surface there. I would love to do more research, maybe to share more things and insights. This message was for anyone who likes to exercise and train, who's open to trying different things, and maybe someone who hasn't tried martial arts, just like what I experienced before. In life, we have to suffer sometimes or put ourselves through certain conditions in order to get better and improve, and then we feel better after that. And as a result, you have stronger body, stronger brain, because you condition your brain in many ways too. And by the way, your reactions, I have to say, my reactions got so much better because you always have to dodge, you always have to do this and that. And again, this comes from sparring. So I hope this was interesting. I hope this was helpful and I informed some of you about what Muay Thai actually is. If you want to learn more about Muay Thai, let me know and I'll make sure to create another episode about this. I'll see you next time. Thank you.